He was the first president of a democratic South Africa and a global symbol of resistance against apartheid. And throughout his life, he was a strong supporter of Palestine. He's Nelson Mandela. Mandela was imprisoned from 1962 to 1990 for conspiring to overthrow the state. Subsequently, the United States designated Mandela a terrorist until 2008. Barely 2 weeks after Mandela was released from prison, he flew to Zambia to meet with leaders who were supportive of his fight against apartheid. There to greet him at the airport tarmac was Palestinian leader Yasser Arafat. That same year, he traveled to the U.S. and participated in a town hall meeting in which he was challenged about the public support he gave to figures like Arafat. Mandela defended Arafat as well as Muammar Gaddafi and Fidel Castro and said, quote, "We identify with the Palestinian Liberation Organization because just like ourselves, they are fighting for the right of self-determination." He also called Arafat a comrade in arms. In 1994, Arafat and Castro attended Mandela's presidential inauguration ceremony. Speaking in 1997 on the International Day of Solidarity with the Palestinian people, Mandela said, quote, "We know too well that our freedom is incomplete without the freedom of the Palestinians." 2 years later, in 1999, he visited Gaza and said this:
"Choose peace rather than confrontation, except in cases where we cannot proceed, where we cannot move forward. Then, if the only alternative is violence, we will use violence."
Mandela passed away in 2013. In 2016, Ramallah, Palestine inaugurated Nelson Mandela Square, featuring a 20-foot statue of Nelson Mandela. Mandela's grandson, Manla Mandela, reiterated support for Palestine in 2023, saying, "We have stood with the Palestinians and we will continue to stand with our Palestinian brothers and sisters." In December, South Africa brought forward a case to the International Court of Justice, accusing Israel of committing genocide against Palestinians in Gaza. Over the last 11 months, South Africans have held pro-Palestine protests and demonstrations, showing that Nelson Mandela's legacy of support for Palestine lives on in the South African people. So if you're wondering which historical legends supported Palestine,